ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets have
Good morning. Good morning. I want to feel the energy. Good morning. Excellent. That is more like it. So a warm welcome to Contest 2. Contest 2. We had Contest 1 yesterday, and it was something else, fireworks. So I'm sure we are all looking forward to more fireworks today. Of course, it is Contest 2 for the Ashanti Regional Qualifiers contest for the 2023 Junior Science and Maths Quiz. And yesterday I said that we went to 4 regions, of course, Ashanti region included. So we've been to the northern region. We have people or schools qualifying from the northern region. We have schools qualifying from the Greater Accra region. We have schools qualifying from the western region, and obviously, yesterday we had one school from the Ashanti region. Today we'll have another school. I honestly don't know whether you expect the trophy to go to the Greater Accra region. Do you expect the trophy to go to the Greater Accra region? You know how those in Accra are. Do you want it to go to them? Okay, to the western region, the oil city. You want it to go to them? So you want it to stay in the Ashanti region? Well, we live to see. And so the quiz is organized by the Premier College, the College of Science, at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service, Eridec Ghana Limited, and DEX Technologies. We appreciate all these 3 entities. We also want to appreciate the kind support of all our sponsors, and we say that we are truly grateful to them. So the 2023 Junior Science and Maths Quiz is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center. They have been with us taking pictures, video coverages, our media, our social media platforms. We appreciate them. And of course, to the KNUST E-Learning Center, they have provided us with amazing venues when we went through or combed through the various regions within the country. And of course, DEX Technologies, they always sponsor our round 3, the Science and Technology Challenge. And at DEX Technologies, they say, new engineers for new beginners. Indeed, or new beginners for new, or the new beginning for new engineers. We appreciate all of them. We also want to salute, do we have heads of institutions, heads of schools, or teachers, educators? Do we have them in our midst? Are there any teachers, trainers for the contestants in our midst? Yes, a round of applause for them, please. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to our amazing teachers. To our amazing teachers for guiding our contestants from the various schools. We appreciate them. And of course, to the contestants on the stage, Charlie, it's not easy being seated on this stage. So thank you very much, and we applaud you for the boldness you have taken to represent your various schools. A round of applause for them as well. And of course, I never want to leave my supporters out. Do we have supporters in the house? A round of applause for yourselves then. And of course, my name is Augustine Angelina Silverkin. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology, and I'm also a senior research fellow at the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research in Tropical Medicine. And I will be your quiz mistress for today's contest. So just to let you know that the Junior Science and Maths Quiz program is specifically organized and tailor-made for learners in the junior high schools, and our expectation is that it promotes a lot of critical thinking and a lot of teamwork, especially when it comes to the physical sciences and the biological or the areas I indicated at this very tender stage. And I'm sure our contestants from the various schools have prepared adequately, and I am really looking forward to an exciting quiz, looking at the sort of schools, the smart students from the various schools we have on the stage. And so competing in this contest, we have 3 schools. So we have MATTA DEVI Basic School in our midst. A round of applause for them. We have LARBEC International Academy. And we have St. Louis Junior School as well in our midst. But I'm sure we want to hear the voices of our contestants, isn't it? So that we can really applaud them. And so representing proudly, I always indicate proudly representing MATTA DEVI Basic School, we have
Insiala Istiwa, JHS1.
excellent. And
Sorry, Obed. Final year.
right, a round of applause for Obed. And representing, again, proudly representing LARBEC International Academy, we have
For James at JHS3.
a round of applause for Kingsford. And
JHS3.
I didn't hear his name, so I need him to repeat.
JHS3.
Excellent. A round of applause for him. And again, proudly representing St. Louis Jubilee School, we have
Kojoa Hini Champion, final year.
excellent and
Hilda Adrajenfi, Form 3.
excellent. And contestants, thank you very much for introducing yourselves. And I want to caution you that kindly leave your microphones on. Do not turn them off until we are really done with the contest. And you have buzzers in front of you. I mean, all of you have been introduced to the buzzers, but we also need to test the buzzers, isn't it? So that we'll hear or know the sound that comes from the buzzers from the 3 competing schools. And so, MATTA DEVI, let's hear the sound from your buzzer. Very good. And then LARBEC International Academy. Excellent. And then St. Louis Jubilee School. Very good. A round of applause for them. Remember, with these buzzers, you can actually attract my attention to your schools and so to you as contestants. So there will be 4 rounds in this contest. Round 1, the fundamentals. Round 2, the fastest brain, fastest finger. Round 3 is the science and technology challenge. And then round 4, the decoding the clues challenge. And contestants, I need you to be paying attention, especially when I am going through the instructions pertaining to a particular round. But be rest assured that I will definitely go through the instructions at the beginning of each round. On that note, we want to start with round 1, known as the fundamentals. And this round consists of questions from biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. And if a school answers a question correctly, 3 points will be awarded. If it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the 2 other schools to compete for. And the points for a bonus question is 1 point. And schools will have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations and 40 seconds to answer questions that require calculations. And for your main question or your major question to a school, you would have 2 attempts. 2 attempts for your major question or your main question, and only one attempt for a bonus question. And bonus questions are always open to the 2 other schools to compete for by ringing the buzzer. Contestants, you always need to ring the buzzer and wait for me to call you or beacon you, and then you can go ahead with your answer. If you decide to just answer without ringing the buzzer, or you ring the buzzer and you just go ahead, run along with the answer, I will nullify your school from answering that particular question. And remember that, as always, adhering to instructions tend to be very, very important. And remember that if it is your major question, there's no need pressing the buzzer, all right? If it is a bonus where you have to compete for to answer that particular question, then you can go ahead and ring the buzzer. Are we all good to go? Contestants, are we good to go? All right, I wish you all the best. Round 1. So there's a preamble, and I'll give you 15 seconds to attempt answering these questions. And I need you to give a balanced equation for the formulation of the following compounds? MATTA DEVI, calcium carbonate. Yes, Lois.
Ca subscript to CO3 plus CO2 going into 2Ca2CO3.
No, but you have another chance.
Ca subscript.
St. Louis, for a bonus.
Ca plus CO subscript 3 will give you CaCO3.
No. We still have some more time. So it is one molecule of CaO, calcium oxide, plus one molecule of carbon dioxide, represented as CO subscript 2, giving us one molecule of calcium carbonate, which is indicated by the formula CaCO subscript 3. LARBEC International Academy. Aluminium oxide.
Two molecules of Al2O3 goes into 4 molecules of aluminium plus 3O2.
That's incorrect, but you have another chance. MATTA DEVI? Yes, Obed.
Al subscript 2 plus O subscript 3 going into Al subscript 2 O3.
No, that's incorrect. St. Louis.
4Al plus 3O2 will give you 2Al2O3.
So you were timed out, unfortunately, but that's correct. St. Louis Jubilee School. St. Louis Jubilee. Magnesium oxide. Yes, Quadro.
2Mg plus O2 will give you 2MgO.
That's correct for 3 points. Question 2. So I'll give you 15 seconds to attempt answering the following questions. LARBEC International Academy. Identify and describe the process by which nitrogen is returned to the atmosphere in the nitrogen cycle. Yes, Kingsford, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. You were actually... So I needed you to identify the process one and then describe the process. So a two-in-one question. And the process is denitrification or denitrification. And we know that typically this is executed by the denitrifying bacteria, and they are able to convert the nitrate. Remember that when you are explaining some of these things, something known as keywords. So I was looking out for the process itself, which is denitrification, and then the fact that this is actually executed by the denitrifying bacteria, and they are able to convert nitrates back into nitrogen gas, and then this nitrogen gas is released into the atmosphere. I hope you are all learning something new. Right. St. Louis Jubilee. And I'll check mine as well. Hello. Okay. All right. St. Louis Jubilee. Define the term ammonification as used in the nitrogen cycle. Yes, Hilda.
Ammonification is whereby the nitrogen released by the bacteria mixes up with hydrogen, then it rises back into the atmosphere.
No. I will not. MATTA DEVI as a bonus.
This is the process whereby nitrogen reacts with 3 atoms of hydrogen to form ammonia.
No, not as a bonus. So ammonification, again, keywords. So typically, of course, it is part of the nitrogen cycle, and it's that process where microorganisms, especially bacteria and fungi, they tend to decompose any organic nitrogenous compounds especially from dead organisms. such, and of course plant matter and waste products, especially maybe waste from animals, their fecal matter. But importantly, when this is done, they are able to produce ammonia and ammonium anions or ammonium ions. So I was looking out for these things. Again, I hope you are all learning. Right. Martha Devi, your major question. Explain the term nitrogen fixation in the context of the nitrogen cycle and the importance of the process for agriculture. Yes, Lois.
In various plants like legumes, there are nitrogen-fixing bacteria at their roots, such as Rhizobium, Azotobacter, and Nitrobacter. These bacteria decompose the nitrogen that is found in the soil, making it usable by the plants.
No. No. So again, here, oh, there's a bonus. We still have some time for a bonus. The schools, one school. All right, now we have been timed. Our time is up. So again, it is a process. But here, there's a conversion of nitrogen gas from the atmosphere, not the soil, from the atmosphere into nitrites. And I was actually looking for two things: your ability to explain that cycle, and then the importance of this particular cycle for agriculture. So in terms of its importance, it is so critical because here you are able to naturally introduce nutrients such as nitrogen into the soil so that there won't be the need for you to use any artificial fertilizers. So that's the process, and then its importance when it comes to agriculture. Contestants, I hope you are learning, right? Question 3. I'll give you 40 seconds. 40 seconds. St. Louis Jubilee School. In a Ghanaian herbal medicine recipe, the ratio of neem trees to moringa leaves is 3:7. If a herbalist uses 2 grams of moringa leaves, how much neem leaves should be used to keep the ratio? Yes, Hilda.
0.65 grams.
No, that's incorrect.
10.5 grams.
No, that's incorrect. As a bonus? LARBEC.
0.42 grams.
No. So this is like a simple proportion, but we need to maintain the ratio. And so to be able to, 3:7, and the 7 will require 210 grams of your moringa. So if 7 is giving us that's 200, then the 3 will be less. Okay, so I'll nullify that particular question. So I have an outstanding question for St. Louis. Martha Devi, your major question. A construction project requires 250 bricks for a wall that is 2 meters high. How many bricks are needed for a wall that is 5 meters high, assuming the length and thickness remain constant? Yes, Lois.
50 bricks.
No. Yes, Obed.
63 bricks.
No. Yes.
625 bricks.
625 bricks for a bonus. LARBEC International Academy. A minibus in Kumasi operates at a full capacity of 15 passengers when it is full. If the total fare collected when full is 195 Ghana cedis, how much would 7 passengers pay? Yes, Kingsford.
46.30.
That's incorrect. MATTA, DEVI.
91 cedis.
91 cedis is correct. Question 4. I give contestants 15 seconds. MATTA, DEVI. What does the ICT term WYSI WYG stand for? LARBEC.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. LARBEC International, your major question. Give an example of a picture editor that is a WYSI WYG.
Adobe Photoshop.
That's correct for 3 points. St. Louis Jubilee School. Give an example of an editor that is not a WYSI WYG editor.
Photo editor.
No, that's not correct. LARBEC.
GIMP.
No. So there's Notepad, there's Latex, there's Notepad++, there's Vim, there's ED, there's Nano. I hope you've listed all those examples down. They are all not editors of what you see is what you get. Question 5. There's a preamble to the schools. Give the period and group of the following elements on the periodic table. LARBEC International. Magnesium.
Group 2, period 3.
That's correct for 3 points. St. Louis Jubilee. Calcium. Yes, Kojo.
Period 1, group 4.
No.
Group 1, period 4. Group 1, period 4.
No. MATTA DEVI. But MATTA DEVI, you even pressed before their time was up. They still have a bit of time. So, no. You've already had your 2 attempts. LARBEC International Academy.
Group 2, period 4.
That is correct for a point. MATTA DEVI. Sodium. Yes, Lois.
Group 1, period 3.
That's correct for 3 points. Question 6, I'll give you 40 seconds with some calculations. St. Louis Jubilee. A craftsman is building a rectangular wooden frame for an art gallery. The length of the frame is 3 inches more than twice its width. If the perimeter of the frame is 36 inches, what are the dimensions of the frame? Yes, Hilda.
9 and 6.
No, that's incorrect. LARBEC.
14 inches and 22 inches.
No. So, quite simple. I said that the length of the frame is 3 inches more than twice. So that will give you 2x plus 3. And of course, the width is x. And I gave you the perimeter. So everything equals 36. And if you really did your substitution well, then the width would be 5 inches and the length would be 13 inches. MATTA DEVI. A landscaper is designing a stone bed in the shape of a right-angled triangle. One leg of the triangle is 4 meters longer than the other leg. If the perimeter of the triangle is 21 meters and the hypotenuse is 9 feet long, what are the lengths of the 2 legs? Yes, Lois, go ahead.
12 and 8 meters.
No, that's not correct. You still have another chance anyway. St. Louis.
4 and 8 meters.
4 and 8 meters. LARBEC Academy. An artist is planning to create a rectangular garden mural where the length is 2 meters longer than the width. If the area of the mural is to be 48 square meters, what will be the dimensions of the mural? MATTA, DEVI, Lois.
8 and 16 meters.
No, that's not correct. So 6 meters and 8 meters. And this one, you had to end up with that popular formula of a squared plus 2ab plus 2 or plus b squared. And you would have ended calculating the width to be 6 meters and the length to be 8 meters. Question 7. 40 seconds and kindly listen to the preamble. A fruit bowl contains 8 oranges, 6 apples, 4 avocado pears, and 2 mangoes. I'll go over again. A fruit bowl contains 8 oranges, 6 apples, 4 avocado pears, and 2 mangoes. MATTA, DEVI. What is the probability that the fruit is either an apple or a pear? Yes, Lois.
1 out of 2.
No. You have another chance. Yes, go ahead.
1 out of 5.
No. St. Louis? Yes, go ahead.
3 out of 2.
No. So it's 3 out of 5 or 6 out of 10, which will actually give you 60%, or 12 out of 20. The total is 20, isn't it? And I said either orange or pear. Okay, so I'll give it to you, MATTA, DEVI. I'll give it to them. LARBEC International. LARBEC International. If one fruit is taken out and it is an apple, what is the new probability of selecting an orange?
Seven out of 10.
No. They still have some time.
2 out of 5.
No. MATTA, DEVI? Yes.
4 out of 7.
No. So it's 8 out of 19. 8 out of 19. One fruit was taken out. So the total will not be 20. It will be 19. All right? All right? Contestants. St. Louis Jubilee School. What is the probability of picking a fruit that has only one seed? Yes, Kojo.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10 is correct for 3 points. Question 8. There's a preamble. So I'll be making some statements. And the contestants from the schools or representing the schools are expected to indicate whether they are true or false. It can only be true or it can only be false. It can never be both. So don't say true and then later on say false. I will nullify your school from that particular or from answering that particular question. And obviously these questions cannot be passed on as bonuses. You have only one attempt. LARBEC International Academy. The gas that protects us from ultraviolet B radiation is the same gas humans breathe.
False.
Indeed, that's a false statement. St. Louis Jubilee. Ozone absorbs all types of ultraviolet radiation.
True.
Unfortunately, ozone absorbs only ultraviolet B, and some ultraviolet A reaches the Earth's surface. So that's a false statement. MATTA DEVI. Oxygen is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere. Lois.
False.
Indeed, that's a false statement. And we know it is nitrogen. St. Louis Jubilee School. Blood platelets are also known as corpuscles.
True.
That's a false one. Because you know that corpuscles are small structures you find in an organism, minute body cells. MATTA DEVI. I don't want to hear any whispers. Amazing supporters. MATTA DEVI. The liquid portion of blood is known as thrombocytes. Lois?
False.
Indeed, that's a false statement. We know it is plasma, and when it is clotted, then we call it serum or sera if we have a lot. LARBEC International. "45% of blood is made up of red blood cells only."
False.
That's a false statement. So the last round of questions for this particular round. MATTA DEVI. A transistor can only amplify electrical signals. Yes, Lois.
False.
That's a false statement. It amplifies both electrical signals and acts as switches. LARBEC. LARBEC International. Transistors are the fundamental building blocks of modern electronic devices. Yes, Kofi.
False.
It's a true statement. The modern devices are full of a lot of transistors. LARBEC. St. Louis. Transistors can only be made from semiconductor materials.
True.
Indeed, that is a true statement. And on that true statement, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of round 1.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal
The ovary is located at the top of the pistil. Is that true? That's correct.
What are the number of PN junctions in a resistor? Bishop Usia. 2. 2 is correct.
Your total is 39 points. The instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure.
Barometer.
Barometer. That is right. Thank you.
Remember, the 2023 Junior Science and Maths Quiz is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center, the KNUST IDL Center, and of course, DEX Technologies, a new beginning for new engineers. My scores are in. But before I go on with the scores, that particular ratio question, where I said 3:7, and 7 would mean using 210 moringa leaves. Some contestants indicated they heard something else. Reviewing the video or the footage, they claim to have heard 2, but per the answer given, even if they used to, that answer they gave was or is incorrect. So they don't get any score. On that note, at the end of round 1, MATTA DEVI Basic School has 16 points. LARBEC International Academy, 14 points. And St. Louis Jubilee School, 11 points. Please clap for our contestants. So there's a substitution. There's a substitution. And this is from St. Louis, or it will be made by St. Louis Jubilee School. So Hilda is going out, and Aqua Toby will come in. Thank you very much, Hilda. Well done for proudly representing your school. Thank you. Well done. Please clap for Aqua. There's another substitution. MATTA DEVI. MATTA DEVI Basic School. So Lois in Siateria is going out, and Ashanti will come in. I'll let them introduce themselves. I'll let them exchange pleasantries, and then MATTA DEVI, our entrant, change, so turn the name tag. Your name is right. Excellent. Well done. So welcome. Would you like to mention your name and the level or the form you are in?
I am Ashanti Sepakwe, Form 1.
A round of applause for him. And St. Louis Jubilee School.
I am Toby Aqua. I'm in Form 3.
Excellent. So we'll move straight to round 2. Round 2. Round 2 is the fastest brain, fastest finger. Fastest brain, fastest finger. And here, one question will be read out, and contestants will be expected to compete to be the first to answer. Each question carries a score of 4. That's a lot, 4 points. And when a contestant representing a school is ready to respond, they need to press the buzzer. Then I'll call them. Then they can go ahead to answer the question. Answering before pressing the buzzer will disqualify the school from answering that particular question. And after pressing the buzzer, contestants, you have only 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I always say that I don't want to hear M. So this one is fastest brain. So think before you press the buzzer and then be ready with the answer. Hopefully the correct answer. If a school gets a question wrong, the 2 remaining schools get to compete to answer that particular question. A wrong answer in this round attracts a penalty of 1 point. And I'm sure all the schools would not want to lose any points at this stage. So contestants, I wish you all the best. Question 1. What is the heaviest stable subatomic particle? St. Louis?
The proton.
No. MATTA DEVI?
The neutron.
The neutron. Question 2. When operating, or which, I'll take that question again. Which operating system is known for its open source nature, allowing users to modify and distribute the original code. St. Louis.
The Linux OS.
The Linux is correct for 4 points. I should have added freely to that question, but before I even added, or I could add that, he was already ready with the answer. Question 3. What are the finger-like projections? LARBEC.
DEVI.
DEVI. Question 4. If the vector AB equals 8 minus 6, and the vector CB equals minus 7, 9, find the vector AC. LARBEC.
1, 3.
That's incorrect. So I gave you AB, I gave you CB, and I needed AC. And which meant that, obviously, since I gave you CB, you had to negate CB to become, you had to negate CB. So at the end of the day, you would have gotten the formula AC equals AB minus CB. The right answer, or the correct answer, is 15 minus 15. Question 5. What is the name of the parent company of Google? MATTA, DEVI?
Android applications.
No. Supporters? Anyone who knows? It is the Alphabet, or Alphabet Incorporated. Alphabet or Alphabet Incorporated. The next question. How many dots are in an IP version 4 address? St. Louis?
3 dots.
3 dots is correct. 4. Question 7. In a chemical equation, what do we call the substances that are consumed and converted to new matter, DEVI?
Reactant side.
Reactant is correct. 4. Question 8. The relation between the Celsius and Fahrenheit scales of temperature is given by C equals 5/9, bracket open, F minus 32, bracket closed. At what temperature is Fahrenheit equals 2 degrees Celsius? Contestants, no show. So I gave you F equals 2C or F equals 2 degrees Celsius. So you only needed to substitute. And if you substituted very well, your Fahrenheit would be 320, and then your degree Celsius would be 160. All right. And on that note, we have come to the end of round 2, the fastest brain, fastest finger. Congratulations to the competing schools.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for us.
So I have the scores. And I'm sure the competing schools are interested in knowing the scores they made within that round. And then what will excite you the most will be the total scores, isn't it? So I'll do that just for you. So at the end of round 2, or within round 2, MATTA DEVI made 7 points. Please clap for them. LARBEC International Academy, they made 3 points. St. Louis Jubilee School, 7 points. Now listen to the exciting bit. So at the end of round 2, MATTA DEVI has 23 points. LARBEC International Academy, 17 points. St. Louis Jubilee School, 18 points. Well done, our contestants, well done, well done. tailor-made, and our target is those in the junior high schools. And the expectation is that it promotes a lot of critical thinking when it comes to the physical sciences, as well as the life sciences or the biological sciences. And round three is kindly supported and powered by the DEX science set. And in this round, one question will be given to all schools. The question in this round will require contestants to perform a task that will be assessed. The score for this round is 15 points, and contestants will be given up to 15 minutes to complete the task. And this round is, as always, powered by DEX Science Set.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
So So the round 3 is the Science and Technology Challenge. I've gone through the preamble already, and so I won't go through it again. But contestants, you have been provided with some few items. So you have a 9-volt battery labeled V. You have 3 capacitors labeled C1, C2, C3, and a switch labeled K, as well as a multimeter. St. Louis, do you have all these pieces of materials, if I can put it that way? You have a 9-volt battery. You have 3 capacitors labeled C1, C2, C3, and a switch labeled K. And then you also have a multimeter. Do you have everything? All right. LARBEC International, you have everything. Right. MATTA DEVI, you also have everything. Okay. So, I have a hint for you, just to ease your lives. Make sure the voltages are measured parallel to the component and the current in series with the component. This is just a hint for you to make your lives very easy. Now your task is very simple. I need you to construct a circuit with the components. There's a diagram you have in front of you on your sheets. There's a sheet with a very nice drawing, a diagram. So I need you to construct the circuit with those components, the components you have been provided with. And then it is such a very simple task. When you are done, you have some associated questions I need you to provide answers to. So you've got to measure the voltage across capacitor 1 and 3. I need you to indicate or calculate or measure the total current flowing through the circuit. And then there are some related questions. I need you to calculate the effective capacitance of the circuit. And I also need you to use the readings you obtained or you recorded in task 2 and the terminal voltage to calculate resistance in the entire circuit. And you can use 9 volts as the terminal voltage. So I've provided you with 2 hints. And like I said, you have 15 minutes to execute this task, and it will attract 15 points. Contestants, I wish you well, and you may start work now. Contestants, you have just a minute to go. 1 minute. Make sure you have indicated the name of your school on the sheet. Make sure you have indicated the name of your school on the sheet and really be getting ready to stop work. Okay, stop work. All your pens must be down. Contestants, how was the task? Was it difficult, easy, or some way, somehow? Can I get any feedback from you? St. Louis? Don't worry, this one, it won't attract any points. Yes, St. Louis. Was it difficult, moderate, you were able to execute it? No response. LARBEC? No response. MATTA DEVI? No response. So it was easy for them. So it was an interesting task. And we needed them, we provided them with some capacitors and a switch, a battery, and a multimeter. I mean, once you have all these things, then you know that you need to measure some current here and there and voltage here and there. And so they were expected to construct the circuit in a particular way. So I said that the voltages should be measured parallel to the component and the current in series with the component, which meant that even in arranging the capacitors 2 and 3, they needed to be in parallel. And every other thing needed to be in series with the capacitors 2 and 3. And of course, they had a key, and they also had a multimeter to do the measurement. And so, if they were able to complete this task, they would get some points. And that's how come I was going around, and at a point in time, I had to carry my scheme. So well done. Please, we need to applaud them. Well done, well done, well done. But importantly, it wasn't just about constructing a circuit. We also needed them to appreciate a few things. So we needed them to measure the voltage across capacitor C1 and C3. And per my measurement, anything for capacitor 1, any voltage between 5.1 and 5.5 would attract 1 point. And then for capacitor 3, any measurement within the range 3.6 to 4.0 volts. I'm always interested in units. I'm always interested in units. So 3.6 to 4.0. And then, importantly, the total current flow through the circuit. And that would also attract 3 points. So anything 25 to 29 milliamps. Then, in terms of the related tax questions, what will be the effective capacitance of the circuit? Remember, we have a formula for capacitors in series, capacitors in parallel. Right. So, if they calculated, they had their formula well written, then they would get 300 over 40 or 30 over 4 or 15 over 2 farad. Farad. And then I also needed them to use the readings in tax 2 and the terminal voltage we provided to calculate the resistance. Again, we know the formula for calculating resistance. And so if they had their formula well written, their substitutions well made, then they would get any reading or any resistance between 0.3 kilo ohms and 3.6 or 36, 0.31, I'm sorry, 0.31 kilo ohms and 36 kilo ohms. So this is the marking scheme, the master scheme. Now let's look at the answers provided by the various schools. Remember, I am just going through the answers per the way they submitted their sheets. So MATTA DEVI, I went round. They had constructed the circuit in, as it had been indicated on the script. So please, clap for them. Well done. So that means outright 4. 4 points. 4. But you see, it wasn't just about fixing things and, putting everything, constructing things. They also needed to measure the voltage across capacitor 1 and 3. And they have written, voltage measured is 0.5 volts. I don't know for which one, but I mentioned anything 5.1 to 5.5 volts for capacitor 1, and then anything 3.6 to 4.0 volts for capacitor 3. So obviously, they will get no mark, or you will say 0. Then, in terms of the third question, the current, total current, they have written 18.0 ampere. But the correct answer is anything 25 to 29 milliampere. They could have converted it, but obviously their figure is even wrong. So they don't get anything. Then the related question. What will be the calculation bit? What will be the effective capacitance of the circuit? Well done, they managed to get the unit correct. However, they have 1.7 farad, and also it is not correct. Then, with the readings in tax 2 and the terminal voltage provided, calculate the resistance. They have written, resistance is equal to 36 ohms. 36 ohms. I have anything 0.31 kilo ohms to 36 kilo ohms. So again, they don't get anything. So they have really done well. They made a total of 4 out of 15. Please clap for them. LARBEC International Academy. So I have their sheets for LARBEC. Of course, again, a lot of teamwork. They were, sharing ideas, busily ensuring that they construct the circuit per the diagram. So again, 4 points straight away for them. Well done, LARBEC. However, beyond that, their question to measure the voltage across capacitor 1 and capacitor 3. There's nothing. They didn't write anything. And question 2, the total current flowing through the circuit. It is blank. They did not write anything. Then the effective capacitance. They have C1 over CT equals C1 plus C2 plus C something 3. But yes, I love the fact that they attempted providing the formula, but nothing else, so they don't get anything. Then the next one with the readings in tax 2 and the voltage, terminal voltage as provided, calculate the resistance. They also have it blank. There's nothing here. So again, they also have 4 out of 15. Please clap for them. St. Louis Jubilee, again, I went round, everything well in place, so that means that they also get 4 for completing their task. And then, in terms of measuring the voltage across capacitor 1 and 3, they have written voltage of C1, capacitor 1, equals 5. I needed 5.1, so they have 5V, 5 voltage, I'm sure. I needed capacitor 1 equals anything between 5.1 and 5.5, so that means that is wrong. And then voltage of capacitor 3, they have written voltage of capacitor 3 equals, they didn't add anything. So again, that means nothing for them. Then the total current flowing through the circuit, they have 5A. They've written 5A. And I needed 25 to anything between 25 and 29 milliamps. So again, that is wrong. The related questions, what will be the effective capacitance of the circuit? There's nothing, it is blank. And then the readings in tax 2, the ability to have calculated resistance per the terminal voltage given, they also did not write anything, so they get nothing. So which means that for them as well, they have 4 out of 15. Please clap for our contestants. Well done, well done, well done to the competing schools. So remember, the Junior Science and Maths Quiz, the 2023 edition, is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center and the KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, and of course, DEX Technologies, a new beginning for new engineers. I should have my scores by now. So at the end of round 3, the Science and Technology Challenge, powered by DEX Science Set, MATTA DEVI, in that or for that particular round, made 4 points. Please clap for them. LARBEC International, 4 points. And St. Louis Jubilee School, 4 points. Let's look at the total. The total, round 1, round 2, round 3. So at the end of round 3, MATTA DEVI Basic School has 27 points. LARBEC International School has 21 points. And St. Louis Jubilee School, 22 points. Well done and congratulations to the competing schools. So round 4, decoding the clues round. And contestants, please listen to the instructions attentively. So here the question will be read out as a series of clues. And if the question is answered on the first clue, 6 points. If answered correctly on the second clue, 5 points. On the third clue, 4 points. On the fourth and any other clue, 3 points. And contestants are expected to press the buzzer I call them, and they should be ready with their answer. If you decide to answer before you press the buzzer, then you'll be disqualified from answering that particular question. Dear contestants, this is the very last round. The very last round for contest 2 of the Ashanti Regional Qualifying Contest. Yesterday, one school has already registered their name. I wish you all the best. I am a combination of two functions. You can say I am a function whose independent variable is another function. I am not obtained by adding, substituting, multiplying, or dividing functions. In a sense, I am a function of a function. I am obtained by composition of functions. Contestants, who am I? MATTA DEVI?
Linear algebra.
No. Supporters? Any student, not a teacher? Any student? Yes, go ahead. Composite functions. Please clap for him. Unfortunately, it will not attract any points, but well done. Remember, there are only four sets of clues. In this particular, we've done one. We are left with 3. All right? We are left with 3. So they say, look sharp. I am an electrical device, not to be confused with an action figure. My primary function involves voltage, but I do not generate power. St. Louis?
Capacitor.
I operate on the principle of electromagnetic induction. I consist of coils, MATTA DEVI,
Inductor.
Usually 2, around a magnetic core, LARBEC.
Magnetism.
I can set up or step down AC voltage levels as needed. The last clue. My invention was key in enabling long-distance electric power distribution. I'm done with my contestants, so I can fall on you, my supporters. Who am I? Yes. Yes. Transformer. Oh, please clap for him. He's been able to answer 2 sets. So 6 points, but it is non-scoring. Clap for him. Set 3. And then we'll be left with only one set. I am an electronic component used in various devices. Quantum mechanics play a crucial role in understanding my behavior. I am known for being energy efficient and long-lasting. I am a semiconductor device, MATTA DEVI.
Transistor.
that produces light when electrons flow through me. LARBEC.
Light emitting diode.
Light emitting diode. So they provided the correct answer on the fourth clue. That means they attract how many? 3 points. Contestants. The very last decoding the clue. The last set. I am a chemical compound with diverse properties. I am capable of being both acidic and basic. You will find me in a liquid state at room temperature, and I have a transparent appearance. LARBEC.
Water.
St. Louis.
Bromine.
I am a significant component in the sharp taste of vinegar. In salad dressings and pickles, all I do is to enhance flavor. Who am I? MATTA DEVI.
Acetic acid.
Acetic acid. Thank you very much for enhancing the flavor by providing us with acetic acid. And on that note, we have come to the end of round 4. Congratulations to all the competing schools. And remember this contest is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center for all our media and video coverages. Indeed, we are highly indebted to you. The KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, we appreciate you for making all our journey around the nation very easy and extremely pleasurable. And of course, Dex Technologies, we appreciate you for always making the technology challenge a reality, and importantly, for always making it hands-on. And like I always say, at Dex Technologies, they say, a new beginning to new engineers. The scores are in. And so for round 4, MATTA DEVI made 3 points. LARBEC International made 3 points. St. Louis Jubilee School, they made 0 points. Now this is the most exciting bit. Supporters, listen. So the grand total, now in increasing order. So at the end of contest 2 for the Ashanti Regional Qualifying Contests for the 2023 Junior Science and Math Quiz, St. Louis Jubilee School has 22 points. Clap for them, please. LARBEC International Academy, 24 points. And, of course, MATTA DEVI Basic School, 30 points. Well done, well done, well done. Well done. Congratulations to St. Louis and LARBEC International Academy. Unfortunately, I'm sure we'll see you in our 2024 Junior Science and Math Quiz. I honestly cannot wait to see you again on this stage. MATTA DEVI Basic School. Well done for progressing. But remember, it is just within the Ashanti region. So it means that you've got to step out and put in more effort. Congratulations to you, and let's see how you perform in the next round of quiz. Well done. Remember, the Junior Science and Maths quiz is organized by the Premier College, the College of Science, at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And by mentioning KNUST, I need to appreciate our Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosia-Dixon. I also need to appreciate the kind support of the Provost of the College of Science in the person of Professor Leonard Amekuji, and obviously the chair of the Junior Science and Maths quiz, Professor Kwesi Prekon. And remember, the Junior Science and Maths quiz, like I said, is organized by the College of Science, KNUST, in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service, ERIDEC, Ghana Limited, and DEX Technologies. Thank you very much. And dear contestants and supporters, there's a next quiz, a next contest, and the quiz will be between the KNUST Junior High School, Notre Dame Preparatory Junior High School, and Divine Mission Academy. I'm sure it will be an exciting quiz, so if you have the time, kindly stay on and join, and I'm sure you definitely learn something. But remember, my name is Dr. Mrs. Augustina Angelina Silverkin, Senior Lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology, and a Senior Research Fellow at the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research in Tropical Medicine. And I have been your quiz mistress. Thank you. Best Brain International School and Opokuwari Basic School. Opokuwari. I'm sure it's Owaz Junior. I'm sure. But MATTA DEVI, do you have a